Hello there everyone. Thank you for tuning in to my crafting world. My name is Anna. So I was looking for a project there. I need to put something oddly shaped into, and I had seen this back a couple of weeks ago, and I bookmarked it because I wanted to watch the entire video and give it a try. So I tried one last night. It was really late, but this is a mug. Look at that, guys. Oh my gosh, that is so stinking cute. Look at that. My goodness. And I thought, yes, I think I can do this. So anyway, I mean, I guess we could cover the bottom, you know, just cut out that shape and cover the bottom just to make it look neater. But I thought this was just so adorable, and it's nice and sturdy too. So I think it's gonna do fine for what I needed, and I am going to make one with you guys today. So this is what you're going to need for this beautiful little cup. Excuse me. You need a piece of cardstock that is 11.5 by 7.5, and I've already cut this one out just to make the video a little bit shorter, and I'll give you the score lines in a minute. And then for the little panels here, you need to cut 7 panels at 3¼ long, 3¼ long by 1¼ wide. So I mean that gives you enough coverage. You can make them a little bit bigger if you don't want that much coverage on your cardstock, but I like that. So I followed the YouTube video, and I'm gonna link it down into the description box so you can see the original video. Her video says cup for dad, and of course this is not for dad. So anyway, what you need to do with your 11.5 by 7.5 cardstock sheet is you need to score it at, okay, on the long side, on the 11.5 inch side. You score every every 1.5 inch. So you start at 1.5 and you score. Then you score at 3, and then you score at 4.5, and then 6, and then 7.5, and then 9, and then your last score is at 10.5, leaving you with a 1 inch flap on the side. So okay, once you score that, you go ahead and burnish your score lines, and I should have had that one ready. Okay, you burnish all your score lines, and you open it back up. And I'm gonna go through the entire process. I'm probably just gonna fast forward the parts that just, you know, repeat. Okay, so once you have scored all your fold lines, you are going to take your scissors and you're gonna cut every score line on either side. So you cut all the score lines going down and all the score lines going down on the top. So let me do that now.
Right up to that score line.
Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is these are the same width on the cut. So let me just make sure, because I didn't even look at that. I just, yeah. Okay, so you take either end and you take your glue and you're gonna glue each of these down like that, all separate like that. You're gonna glue each of them down, and this becomes the top of your mug. Okay, so I am going to do that now. You might see my big old head during this process. Okay guys, so I tried to keep my edge as smooth as I could to where you couldn't see the little cut lines. This is the inside of the mug. So the next thing I'm going to do, instead of the lady in the video, I forgot what her name is, she assembles her mug and then she decorates it, but I'm going to decorate it first. And I've already cut my pieces, and this is my layout. So I'm going to put, this is going to be this panel on the mug. So I'm going to start with that right there, and then I'm going to go this way. So again, glue my pieces, and I want to make sure my glue is all the way to the edge. And this is just you know, the Aleene's tacky glue. It isn't anything special. I mean, you can, I guess, use your tape runner or something, your dry adhesive. If mine didn't warp, so I'm not worried about it warping. So let me put that right in the center. Okay, that is about where they're all gonna go, so hopefully I can get them all straight. So let me do that. Okay guys, this is my mug. So now we need to glue this tab. You bring this around, and we are going to glue this tab right up to the edge. Okay, so this is going to form our mug. So let me do that. And then I'm going to hold it there until it actually adheres. You know, with this glue, you have to be kind of quick because, yeah, it dries pretty quickly. Let me get it right up onto that edge, okay? And there you go. Okay, that's pretty good. Not a bad seam line. Okay, so this is the front of my mug. Isn't that cute? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to flip this over and we have to glue the bottom of the mug, say the base of the mug. So, you know, you glue one side, or, you know, put one side down and then another side, and then you glue that down. So put a little glue there, trying to keep your shape. And if you work fast enough, you know, you're able to shape it after the mug is, all the flaps are down. That side, and I'm not pressing down real hard, like, you know, to get it super glued, but just enough for them to all go down. And then I'm going to make sure and shape my mug before it all actually dries. Okay, so there, I need to shape it, make sure that it retains that mug shape. And once you're happy with the shape, okay, then press down. And it is a big size mug. Let me see, what size is that? 3 inches. That's a whole 3 inches. So there we go. How cute and adorable is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the handle. Okay, so for your handle, you need a strip of cardstock, and I'm using the same color as the mug. That is 1.5 by 6, okay? And you put it on your scoreboard and you score it at 3/4 of an inch, which is the halfway mark on that little sheet, on that little strip of paper. Okay, and I am scoring lightly because I don't want to tear the paper, because I'm notorious for that. Okay, so you take your, you fold it in half. Okay, see, and apparently I didn't cut mine super straight, so I'm going to have to take care of that because yeah, it needs to be straight. Okay, so you fold it in half, you take your glue and you glue that half, glue it down. And you want to glue it down really well because it's your handle and you don't want it coming apart, even though they may not be holding it from there. You still want it to be sturdy. Okay, so there's my handle. And I'm pressing down pretty hard with this card just because, like I said, I want the handle to be nice and sturdy. Okay. There's my handle. Okay, so guys, you know me. I'm gonna have to cut this and make it a little straighter on each side. So this is still a little, I mean, you know, it's still wet because I just glued it. But you want to score each side at 1/4 of an inch. So 1/4 of an inch. Let me make sure, because I didn't write that down. I just remembered how she does it. No, you score it at 1/2 inch, sorry. So you score it at 1/2 inch. Give it a, you know, a few good scores because, you know, it's double. Flip it over, score it 1/2 inch, okay? And you know, like I said, it's still, you know, damp, moist, mushy. I don't know however you, oops, sorry guys, however you want to say it. But, okay, so you fold those in. And what what I have to do next is I want to curve the handle, but I don't want it, I don't want those ugly, you know, fold lines. So gently start to fold, and I'm still getting those little lines. So I'm going to do it on the edge of the table. Maybe that's a little bit better. And you can always cover this with a strip of paper. I'm not going to, but you can always do that. So this is my handle, okay? So I need to determine where I'm going to put my handle. If I want it, yeah, I'm gonna use this panel, which is that very first panel that we did. So I'm putting glue on my little tabs that go to the inside of your mug, as far as the wall goes, the outer part, but inside of the handle. Okay, so there's that. Okay, here we go. And I put these, just, you know, eyeball it to the center of the top of this panel. So it's just right at the top. I'm gonna hold it there for a second, just because I don't want it to move when I put the next tab down. Okay, so the next tab I take and I center it at the bottom of the, oh, that wasn't centered. Okay, at the bottom of the mug, and hold that in place. Okay, and before I try to shape it a little bit more, I'm gonna hold it there for a little bit. So I am going to decorate this, and I'm going to put the goodies that I need to put in there, and then show you what it looks like, because this is for someone specific. And okay, so there is my mug. So I, you know, shaped it up a little bit, and this one I can see the lines. On this one I did a much better job because it's so smooth. Look at that. And I did it the exact same way. The only thing is that it was not right up on my face. So so I mean, you can still see the lines, but if it bothers me or if it bothers you, just take a strip of your decorative paper. Just take a strip of whatever you have left over, and okay, so that one's too short. Just take a strip. Look, the edge of the oh, I may still do that. It's got the little bobby pins, and put it on your handle if you know, if it bothers you, or you want to make it different, or anyway. So that's an option, guys. There's our mug. So I'm going to decorate this a little bit, but I need to do some die cuts. So I am going to come back and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, I have done a little bit of die cutting, and I have decorated this as much as it's going to be decorated. So let me show you what I did. So I took some really thin washi, and I put, you know, a gold line all the way around. You know, some of the mugs have that gold trim at the top. And this, I went ahead and used the edge of the paper, the one that goes attached to the you know, to the little booklet thing, and I went ahead and I cut that strip, and I like the way that looks. So let me tell you what, let me show you what I did. So this was the front. It says Beauty Queen, and then I went ahead and cut out some lipsticks. I cut out a bow, put a little flat back pearl on there, and then I cut out some mascara and I glued that. I had to shorten this wand because on my die, this wand is pretty long. So it was sticking out to about right here, and it was, I didn't want it that long. So I shortened the wand. What I did was I cut two, I used this one and I used these. I cut two of these, one in red and one in gold. I'm sorry, yes. One in black for the mascara, one in black and one in gold. And then the lipstick I did gold and red. And then I just cut off the bottom piece and then left the top red. So that's how I got my mascara to be a different color. There we go, guys. And then on the bow, I just took my bow die, this one right here, and I cut that one out and put it on there with the pearl. And that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And there are my two mugs, and I will catch you next time. Talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot.